It is very traumatic for people. I hardly slept a night, and it is very hard to accept.
We feel we've been let down by the government because there wasn't any regulation within the building industry.
Pyrite won't wait to see will the government give us a grant. We have to get into the scheme. You know, at the end of the day, we're taxpayers. Why should Donegal Mayo get it and we don't get it? You know, you can't have one rule for one and not the rest.
At this stage now, every time I open the email, there's 5 or 6 more houses asking for help, asking for advice on houses that are in various states of deterioration. This runs from 1978, the earliest house on the books, up to 2014. So you have people that are in their 80s. You have new home buyers, you know, families with 2 and 3 small children. So the reality of this is we could probably 400 or more at least in the county.
All the way around the house. See the crack? The whole way around the house. There, here. March of 2020, we decided to get somebody to have a look at it, and it was amazing. Within, I'd say, 6 months of seeing that crack, the whole gable end had cracks, web-like cracking, both horizontal and vertical cracks all over the gable end. And then it was confirmed as pyrite. Practically every week there are new cracks, both inside and outside now. It's coming out from my window. It has come out that much now, my finger can go in there now. To be honest, it is extremely disappointing. The mortgage has been paid. We've been paying insurance for the past 32 years in this house, and the insurance company have just walked away. They're not interested, they don't want to know. The suppliers of the blocks don't want to know. See the crack? That's outside and inside. God only knows what's behind my bookshelves. You know, I'm not going to tear it down. And the government, because of their lack of regulation, are responsible now. And then they can chase the insurance companies and the suppliers of the blocks.
Put my fingers in there. You know, it has just gotten so much bigger. But that's it. But you see, the other thing is that's not corresponding then outside with any cracks either. See, it's same here now, not quite as bad in this wall. The blocks are defective. It's not our fault. It is just so stressful. You know, you're just hoping, you know, you hear the wind howling some nights, just hoping that nothing is going to come down. Every year it is getting worse. The cracks are getting bigger, they're spreading throughout the whole house. Where it was once just on the gable walls, it's now moving, like literally all around the house. I don't necessarily want to have a new house built. That is definitely not the case. You want to make your house safe. So whatever that entails. All we're basically looking for is, you know, to put right what has been done wrong. And the wrong really lies at the foot of the government. You know, it's a problem that's been created because the industry wasn't regulated properly.
So I brought the engineer out August of this year, and he just sent me my report there about 2 days ago to say, in his opinion, yes, it's pyrite, and I'm in category 3 of it, and it's severe. And for me now, it's kind of a little bit scary because I do bed and breakfast here, and like we've no access to go looking for a mortgage. My husband's 60 next year. Like the bank won't give us no mortgage, and the engineer said it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better, and it's not going to stay like that. And I know it won't stay like that. People saying, "Oh, you'll get a new house out of it." You won't. I don't want a new house. I just want this house to be. Is there any way we can repair it?
We hope that we never have to knock our house. The thought, that's the thought that kind of scares you, you know.
It's like trying to stop the flow of a river with your hands. You can't. It's going to happen progressively, that the house will deteriorate. We're talking about all this area here, and because of the extent...
They've watched all this for the last 8 years in Donegal and Mayo. Why should we in Clare be made to go through all of that again, wait another 6 or 8 years, and our houses are in a desperate condition then? Why put people through all of that again?
You know, none of us are trying to, we wish it hadn't happened to us. I wish I hadn't to deal with this. And nobody wants to make from it. But you just need the support, like, to be able to repair your house.
Our priority at the moment is getting a scheme. You know, that we've been fighting over a year now, and in comparison, I suppose, to other counties, it seems a relatively short time. But the thing about this thing that we have in the houses, every month that goes by, particularly every winter that goes by, the houses are getting worse. So the longer they wait, as they did above in Mayo and Donegal, you know, they drew it out for over a decade up there, and the houses are just in the most shocking state you could possibly imagine. So do they want that in County Clare?
And you can see here now, and look, the cracks are coming back again. See the cracks? Look at that.
That's only a few months.
And that's only in a couple of months.
Yeah.
I just paid 1,000 to get this done.
How much have you spent in the last?
10,000. To date, we've spent about 10,000, but that's nothing in comparison to what we will have to spend if we don't get the grant. Minister for Housing, Darragh O'Brien, was here in this house on the 27th of August, and he said to us very clearly that within a number of weeks he would be able to inform us whether or not we're accepted into the defective concrete block grant scheme. 6 weeks on, I suppose, we're getting a little bit anxious. We do want him to get back to the county council as soon as possible. This is a single story, and it started above the top, so it's not going to get any better anyway.
We've had one member who's passed away already. She was fighting for 10 years to try and keep her house. There's another member whose heart stopped from living in a house that's ready to fall down top of her. So 100% redress means accessibility now before it's too late for the houses and for the people that are living in them. You know, it's not like people are trying to, you know, make money on it or they'll get upgrades on their houses. Who wants to go through this process, really? Demolish your house. It could be your house of 30 years. Your whole life is in that. You live in a caravan for 2 years on the side of the road while this is happening. There's nobody trying to make money on this. 100% means that you can actually restore what you had and live in it.